Hi friends, it's Rachel with the Steadfast Homemaker, and I wanted to come on here and just kind of talk about my food pantry for a minute. So I have what's called a working stockpile. Means that I stockpile on items that my family uses on a regular basis. So these may not be things that your family necessarily uses or needs, but they are things that are important to us that we use on a regular basis. Also, with our economy and our upcoming presidency, I know there's been lots of talk about potential taxes and increase in prices on things. So I've been trying to slowly add to my pile without, of course, overwhelming or hoarding or anything like that. So I'm going to show you what my pantry looks like, and it's just some things that make sense for my family. And I will also try to list some of the prices of those items. We shop mostly at Sam's and Walmart because they are delivery and it just works easier for my family, but you can also shop pretty much anywhere to get these items. I prefer to buy in bulk. That's why I've been going to Sam's a lot, and it's a lot closer to me than Costco, but we do have a Costco too for items if I need it. The first thing I'm going to start with is this rice. So I have a 25-pound bag of long grain rice. I of course recently bought this. I am waiting for a couple more of my buckets to come in, and then I'll be able to put this in buckets to preserve it longer. These two white buckets are full of just some all-purpose flour that we use. I don't do grain mills or things like that yet. Hopefully I will get there, but I am not quite there yet. Next to this bucket, as you can see, I've got some beans. I've got pinto and black beans. I also have ketchup. My kids use a lot of ketchup, and I don't make my own ketchup right now. I think that's in the works, but I love that this big thing of ketchup is only like $4 and some change at Sam's. So I usually have like 2 of these at a time and kind of work through those. I also have some coffee that's obviously fallen over a little bit, but it's there. So we've got some coffee and things. I did just buy some rolled oats. So we use those a lot for protein balls, oatmeal cereal, oatmeal bars, those kinds of things. I've got that there. We also have some dried pasta in various different forms. So my kids really love this mac and cheese. I'm big into protein pasta, so we've got some of that. I am currently learning to make pasta. I got a pasta maker for Christmas, so I am not a pro by any stretch. So in the meantime, we have this to kind of work through. I also have like an entire baking section. So I am working slowly on getting some more baking powder, baking soda type products so that we have access to that. Sorry, I'm trying to move this big old box out of the way here. I also have some yeast, which I need to get in the freezer. I recently learned that this lasts much longer in a freezer, so I will be putting that in the freezer. But for these two, it was only, I think, $5 and some change from Sam's, so I went ahead and stocked up on these. I have flour. Of course, it's a working pantry, so I have one thing of flour that I constantly work out of. I do have 3 jars of sugar. No, I'm not insane. I just bought a really big bag from Sam's and did not have another white bucket. So I kind of put it within these 3. Recently I baked, so this one's down a little bit further, but again, it's a working pantry, so it's not aesthetically perfect, but it works for what we need. Also have like miscellaneous products over here, and then all of my canned goods. So we use a lot of the vegetables. I've got green beans, corn, tomatoes. I have these beans. I need to obviously can my own beans. I have done that before and we've actually run out. So I may do another video for you guys on how to do that. Got some of my own canned potatoes back here, and kind of an emergency thing. So my family is not particularly big on soup right now. My kids are just pretty young and they don't care for different soups, but I have it in case, of course, there's an emergency, we can eat it. I also don't care to use canned cream of chicken soup anymore. I make my own, but of course I have this here in case I need it. Life happens, things happen. I'll use it if I need to. I'm not opposed to it. This is also my area of we don't eat it very often. This is a treat, or again, a case of emergency. We do live somewhere where there are hurricanes, so I like to have kind of a hurricane stockpile. So I've got my tuna. I've got my son loves these, so I keep them on hand. I've got some Cheez-Its. There's cereal back there. We don't eat cereal in my house on a regular. Again, it's there for an emergency for hurricane season. Same thing with cup of noodles. I'm actually very against eating cup of noodles or ramen, but I have it because it's better than nothing to have to eat. And then I've got a couple bags of chips back here that we've just kind of stocked up on. So again, my pantry is not huge. It's not aesthetically perfect, but it definitely works for my family and for what. So if you are looking for a page to follow where, you just look for people who are truly honest and just have working pantries and are a mother with young kids, I encourage you to follow me. I would love to know what kind of things you have in your working pantry that work for you and your family, so that maybe I can add some of that into mine. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.